Hello, and welcome to Starting from Scratch. So, I think today we're going to go through our very first replay in the actual game. Last time I ran a replay, I'm pretty sure I just used my own recordings, but this time I didn't record the matches. I've just kind of been playing and trying to improve. So, we're going to be using this, and I checked out some of the features. The big one is that I can hit heavy slash to pause, and that's pretty nice. There's some other stuff, like the triggers can fast forward or skip rounds and stuff, but I don't really want to do that. And I'll probably be pausing a little bit here, because we're looking for specifics. So I do want to get to a point where I can kind of just run through the match as it goes. But I think that pausing at important spots when we're trying to analyze is good. If I was trying to practice to, like, do commentary, then doing it live would be good, but here we're trying to get better, we're trying to get better at Testament, not at commentary. So I'm going to check out these games against the Milia player. I felt like they were the ones I had the most to learn about. Still feels like I play like below my weight in this matchup, as it were, where like there's stuff that I should be winning against that I am not, whereas other players that, you know, are doing things that I feel more comfortable against, I'm doing well against. So let's check out the Milia matchups. And again, we're going to be looking at our game plan and any specific habits that we see that might need to be broken, like the backdashing. I'm sure that will probably still rear its ugly head at some point. So yeah, let's see how well we're doing as far as running the game plan. It should be at least established now, most of the time. And we'll see from there. Alright, so we got a round start. So she went for a jump move here, but it was too slow. We had no reaction to this, by the way, like wow. So I definitely need to have a better reaction here. But we kind of just block. She goes for some craziness, and then I immediately miss Crow, so pay attention to Crow options. So this kind of evolved, but is still a problem. Now I'm pretty comfortable with getting the Crow out, which is good. Like, you know, I have the motion down, I know when I want to use it, but that comfort is making it so I'm holding the button longer. So like when I was before, you know, like a little more rigid with my motions, I was actually like getting my finger off of that button very quickly, and I was almost never getting the hold down button one. But now it's kind of the opposite. I did not want to do that, right? My layer 1 here is throw it at the succubus, which is where Milia is, and force a reaction out of Milia, see what she does. Does she try to hair car underneath it? Does she try to jump above it? Does she backdash and remove space? Like, I can use all that information, but if we just throw the Crow, I mean, we still got the answer here, right? She backed off. So that's good, but I was so concerned with the fact that I had just screwed up Crow that I didn't really notice that. So, you know, still some times where I'm jarring myself out of the game plan here. And then we ran forward, probably because I thought she was going to be stained, which means that this kind of a RPS is in my favor, but here it wasn't. And we ran all the way forward instead of blocking or anything, so this was, this looks about right. Alright, moving on. And I have to imagine that like crouching attack was just her whiffing the button presses she needed to do, like not going far enough up to get a horizontal input on the tandem top. So this is not real, but I just stand in it. I think I might have been able to hit that. That'll be something that I want to go check out in training mode after this. So if we are going to check out our notes, so this is kind of how I will structure my training mode now. And it's going to be, or just general notes anyway. Crow hold versus tap needs to be something that's front of mind, even if it has to be a mental stack for a while. That's too important. And I'm guessing it's H, the long one. At least I'll know what that means. So let's check out how to deal with that when it's not real. Alright. And then she just messed up entirely here, and we take advantage. And she immediately dashes out. We just kind of check to see what she's going to do. She immediately air dashes out. So we have our answer. And now we're just playing the game again, and we just get smacked. So we're going to burst her back into the corner. And this time I knew she was probably going to jump out. So guess what? Yeah, I feel good about that one. She's back in the corner. Again, mistimed that. At least it was the way we went to. Like, that just happens. I don't think there's anything there. We got the stain confirmed, though, there, right? I did wait to see whether or not the stain hit went off, and had there been stain, that would have been full combo, and probably at least baited the burst out. But here is fine. We have corner pressure. Life is still pretty good, to be honest. Yeah, that's fine. Now she does have it. She tries to get out, and we are again looking for it, because I saw that this was the option to get out of the corner. She is not fighting out of the corner at all. She is just trying to run away. So we have a lot of leeway here. I again catch this. She does get out of the corner, but at a fairly hefty cost. And again, that crow goes the wrong way. That one was clearly a mistake. There was no 50-50 of maybe she'll be able to jump out of the way there. That was pretty guaranteed. And with the way that the screen backs up, she can't even backdash out of the way of that, because it goes too far. So she doesn't have enough space there to backdash out of the way. Just a straight-up mistake. We get hair card, lol. Alright. That one is clearly fake. We got out of the way of that one. I feel good about that. One of the spots where I think that was just correct. Again, I'll have to look at whether or not I could punish those sorts of things. Maybe try to recreate a couple of these situations in training mode. But if you don't know, being, having a little discretion, being a little safer is probably the way to go, right? So we didn't get destroyed by Milia there. So I'm feeling fine with that. She runs in like a maniac, and she's just going to die for that. Yeah, okay. Like, I get it, but also that was a little ambitious, I think. So here, we get hit by Hair Car. So again, this is another one of those matchups. This happens a lot in this game, where, like, the character has a really powerful, like, air dash option at you if you don't do anything about it, and then they've got some kind of low. And this one isn't as good as, like, Eno or Souls, but I am definitely still struggling against the RPS block there, and hers is quite safe to make up for the fact that it isn't quite as low profile. Here, I'm assuming that I'm just stuck. Okay, there we go. We got some FD coming out when we know that we're in trouble. Super good. I'm very glad that this is happening even outside of the corner now. We get punished here. Then she goes for some craziness, and we actually caught her there, and we kind of bully our way out of the corner. And that trade isn't great for me, but she's pretty far away still, so yeah, she winds up taking a pretty big hit there. I just run up and... Okay, run up block was alright there. If she had done like a hair car or something, I think we were in a good place, and we had lost before, right? When we missed our stain, when I did the wrong crow and just ran in, so I think run up block is a good, check. Let's see what they're doing. Again, another, like, let's see what's going on. Let's be a little patient. Let's figure out the answer here. It was kind of a stare down, and then we got jabbed by her buffed jab. I believe it's buffed in this one. And then she just throws away 50 meter. Like, if she had just run up and close slashed there, she would have been plus anyway, and I probably would have just eaten it, to be honest. So I was really happy about this. Now I don't have to worry about invincible reversals or, getting tagged by some dumb jab and then getting RC'd into some crazy, tandem top setup. So this was great for me. She does run up and get a throw, which is unfortunate, and I know that the throw is real into tandem top, so I just wait. And you can see, I'm pretty sure I was like fuzzy jumping there, and by fuzzy jumping I mean probably just holding up. But, we blocked what I would figure is the first hit, and then I just tried to hold up afterwards. I think she's got 2k into 2D, which is a super powerful knockdown that starts her game plan, though, so, matchup stuff. We're not quite there yet, but we're going to start considering it. Oh, and look at this! The counter hit confirm! Alright, alright. I'm really proud about this because this is one of the things that I feel like I need to work on. The punish game is kind of weak, and I could just practice it. So I practiced for about an hour, and we can see some results now happening. Also, this Milia is nowhere near as insane as that other one that I did during my week of, so that helps. And then I tried to do a super, and it did that Testament face, by the way. But then I tried to do a super, and it didn't work, and that has to have just been too early, right? Like, the hitbox had to have just been gone while she was still invincible, because that, I was really disappointed that that didn't work when I realized I had made the mistake. Alright, so now, again, another counter hit confirm? Yeah, look at that. Alright, solid. Even if it's not like the best counter hit confirm, I'll worry about that optimization later. Just getting it right now is a big plus. So, yeah, felt pretty good about that one in all. I definitely had a couple of spots there where like tandem top kind of rolled me even when it probably shouldn't have. And I had options, but we'll get there. Alright, so what happens here? And we're gonna get, yeah, hair card again. Alright, well, and that wasn't a punish, so I just wasn't blocking low there. So I really think like block low and then react to air dash is probably the answer. That's going to be my expectation here. Honestly, in most of these matchups, because like all of these, nowadays at least, all of these like low profile, full screen, get in, you know, screw neutral moves tend to be minus. So you can't just like throw them out. Not even Ino can do that anymore. And again, probably backdashable. We almost walked out of it, so the backdash probably gets us out of this, and she's running full screen. We're getting thrown, right? Yeah, okay. Gotta have a better reaction to throws. Alright, and this time instead of air dashing at us and getting counter hit, she just checks us in the corner, so the learning is occurring, which is not good for us. Oh, but that was sick. We are out of there. Like, even though she gets pressure here because we weren't really fast about it, the pressure was contested. Now she's in the corner and we're basically at even. And what does she do? Immediately air dashes out and then back in. Interestingly, I do a jump jab here to try to check. I mean, super late, but at least like I'm doing something else that isn't always 6p. So that right there is harder to deal with, I think, for Amelia, if she's trying to, you know, air dash forward, air dash back, look for the 6p, and then try to get the punish afterwards or something, which I'm sure Amelia's can do. I think that this kept her in the corner, which is good, because it wasn't what she was going for, and now she's really in the corner. She's staying right there. Alright, then we 6p, and then we knew what she wanted. She hasn't done anything else to escape the corner. There has been no just, like, bulldogging her way out of this corner. It has always been get into the air. So this time, the crow goes down when it probably should have stayed up. So we are just messing up this a lot. So, you know, a little bit better thought process on the crow would go a long way here. And in the corner like that, crow combos into 5k, which pops stain, which gives you a full corner combo. So that could have been the difference between me getting bopped by this hair maul and her being in a terrible situation where she's got to give me her burst or, you know, on jump cancelable moves, like the stain is not going to get bursted, like I'll be burst safe there, the 5k is jump cancelable, then we can run up and close slash afterwards because of the stain hit is again safe. So she was in an awful spot there, and instead this is happening. Okay, again, FD, good. Not doing FD on every hit. I think that's fine. Where, like, there's decisions being made here, right? If I started FD and then stopped, I chose to stop because I wasn't just autopiloting. So I like that. We're thinking. FD is making us think on defense a little bit. Alright, we ran in. Okay, this time we do it. She gets out of the way again, this time with a backdash, and we unfortunately did not press a button fat enough to catch the backdash. And is this... Oh, nice, a little jab. Alright, a good little check. I wonder if that was a 6... It was. Look at Look at that motion right there. That was a 6P in the opposite direction that just turned into a 5P and hit her. Alright, well there you go. See, I wasn't even looking for this, but I caught it anyway. So here's a little example of like overlapping RPS, right? You see why air dashing out every time is not great? I was looking for an air option, but the air option I was looking for is the wrong one. It didn't matter. I'm sure she beats me there with certain moves and stuff, but you can see how the overlap is a problem, and also the fact that she's like not pressing buttons in the air a lot. So now she's stuck again, and again we let her get out. I mean, she hasn't shown anything else, so I feel like I thought that maybe she would stop doing that after I like 6P'd it and 6H'd it and, you know, messed up my Crow, but obviously Crow was there for that. No, she's just doing it every time, so we really need to look at other players' really bad habits, because that's a really bad habit, right? And we really just need to be calling that out every single time, and it's not happening. Alright, now she's in there. There's nothing she can do about that. And this, I wanted a close slash there, I didn't get it, so, you know, we couldn't do anything about the burst. I was not looking for that hair car. I was looking for her to air dash forward again, and I was kind of expecting that the same hitbox would hit. But man, that does not have anything resembling a low profile, does it? Like, look at where the hit happened. The scythe is nowhere close to the ground. Alright, well, she's just dead here. But again, an overlap, right? This is why the air dash forward or hair car screw neutrals are not necessarily all that great. If I've got enough room that I can 6H, this apparently covers them both, which is good matchup knowledge to know. So she's going to have to be a little more honest trying to get in so that that doesn't happen, and the game is just over. Or, well, the round at least. Alright, let's see here. That time I just went for a fireball because she kept on doing like backdash into hair car and stuff, so I was trying to beat that, but she finally went for a more aggressive option, and again we're getting thrown here. So it looks like she's picking up on the fact that we suck at teching, so going to have to start looking at that as a new defensive thing here, is trying to tech throws when we think they're coming. Alright, nothing here. Okay, it looked like it was my turn. I took it, I waited for her, and then I low blocked for some reason. Like, ignoring the fact that no anti-air happened there at all. The low block was just like a freeze, right? I think that's the only way to put it. That was a freeze. So I am not great at the air stuff with Milia. I think it's still like really causing me problems because of all the options she gets. She's like a little Jigglypuff in the air, man. And another throw. Yeah, we are getting beaten to death by these throws, and she gets tandem top off of it every single time. Alright, and again, yeah, you can see there I was just holding up back there. Again, she makes a bad choice again here, and we kind of gain some space out of it. Like, that's not great for me. I'm still in the corner, but it's not like it's actually quite good, because it's not like trading and then where she's right in my face again. A little bit plus or a little bit minus doesn't really matter when she's that close. Here, I have some room to work with, and we immediately take it, and now I've got center screen again. This is great, and now, since she's doing just kind of falling apart here, we can... Oh, jeez. We can just go in. She's in the corner. We went from being cornered to she's in the corner here, like, for sure, right? Yeah. And again, bad Crow, right? We know what she's gonna do. She's done it, like, more times than I can count on one hand already. Bad Crow. I'm not sure that the other Crow would have hit there, but, like, if it hadn't, it at least wouldn't have been, like, a terrible Crow. It would have just been, you know, she barely got above it. I learned that that doesn't work. We move on with life. Here, I don't even know. Here, I just know that was terrible. Now, we get hair card. She misses. I was thrilled. I think I backdashed. No. I should have backdashed. But again, she just runs full screen, and now we're in the corner again, and tried to push a button, didn't work. She canceled it into hair car. I was expecting her to maybe stop, but, like, that didn't happen. So now, we backdash, throw a fireball, things are good. That was not a great air-to-air option, but we didn't really get punished for it. And we'd be playing neutral. Alright, that was fine. Yeah, we had burst to work with, and force her in the corner, which is good for us. Now we can look for the air approach out, which I believe I'm going to do here because I have the time to think about it when I burst. And then we just get to try again. Yeah, okay, a little early. Didn't matter. So early that I get the hit anyway. And she gets out of the corner, but again, you know, it's not great that she's out of the corner, but it is good that we're making her pay for it, right? So that's good. And, okay, yeah, can't do hair car there. I wasn't really even looking for it. It just kind of lost. And now we do this thing. Yeah, that's fine. And again, wasn't looking for hair car there. Was looking for the dash in, but this is fine. She gets up a little before we do, but whatever. This is neutral. Oh, yep, and here we go. And that was good. I realized that she was blocking, and instead of just throwing the crow like I used to and getting bopped there, we kind of backed off, reset the situation, and she's still in an awful spot here. And now she's in a terrible spot. She just doesn't block that or doesn't FD the chip. I don't know which, and it's over. Probably doesn't block it because the chip on that is nothing. And so, yeah, the only thing that I see is that there were a couple of times where, I didn't really talk about this much, but we pay attention to meter. There was at least twice where I either had meter and didn't use a super that I probably should have, or didn't have meter and dropped it, right? Like that time that I did the Arbiter sign immediately afterwards as an oopsie. Then, you know, I thought that I was going to get meter. I didn't. Like, we gotta be more mindful of that, because I think of all the things that I am not currently doing that I really need to do to get better, paying attention to meter and using meter is high up on the list, because it's going to be able to make me safer in situations that are bad. It's going to make me even more, like, able to take risks, because I can cover them, you know, like... If you have meter and you try to tech the throw and it doesn't work and you FD, you're pretty safe. So, you know, there's a thing right there. If I had meter, I could have tried to throw tech a few of those when she was just running full screen at me, and things would have been a little better. So let's watch the last one here, and I get smoked here, I think. I think I do fine again, like the first round looks like all the other rounds, and then I just die. So I'm going to see if I can figure out what bad habits I got caught on here. Back off. That was supposed to be air fireball. It didn't come out. Again, I wasn't looking for that. It kind of just lost, and suddenly she's in a terrible place. And I am happy to just play this game. She is... Oh, did you see the wait? I waited for the burst because of the big counter hit. She didn't give it to me, but I feel good about that. Alright, a little too much of a wait, apparently. We weren't able to get the 6H, but I'm fine with that. She still took a ton of damage. She's already in the air dashing out of the corner, by the way. Do we do something about it? Oh, we do! A little check. Considering what she's done, it shouldn't be a little check right now. I should just be, like, ending her life off of those. But, you know, still, she doesn't get out. We kind of back off. She can't air dash behind us, and suddenly she's still in this corner. We check the air throw, or the air attempt escape out again. There. Air. Yep. I wasn't ready for it, but... and again, the crow, and now she is out. To be fair, she has lost like 70% of her life to get out, so all in all, not too bad, but we're doing alright here. And then, and again, we missed the crow. Yo! Alright, well, we figured out our new thing, our bad habit that we need to work on. She's just dead here, yeah. Another counter hit confirmed. Feeling good about that. Nice little thing there. Alright, and whoo! Oh my gosh! Did you see that? We learned! Did a little 5k, down backed. I'm sure that there was a sweep buffered behind that. And that probably is what saved me, as I was pressing down back D, because playing charge characters has taught me that down back is better than down when you're pressing buttons that you don't know are going to hit. So we immediately go for something here, and even our 6 frame isn't good enough here. Wow. So that move is really like not punishable, not even hittable with that move. Not sure. I'll have to look at that one too. More Milia tricks. let's move the stuff that I'm going to be looking at for a while to the top. Oh gosh. I don't know what that is. Let's get rid of that. Dear Lord, what happened? Okay, yes. So there you go. You can see I also play Final Fantasy 14, the FGC retirement home game right there. So, you know, laugh at me. Check out Time to Top. So let's put this where it's supposed to go, which is pay attention to meter. And then look at hair car, frame data, and to have a better idea of how that works, because I have a feeling I'm going to continue seeing those. Alright, moving on. I kind of want that back on the screen, though. There we go. Alright, moving on. Alright, I mean, fair enough. You know, eventually you're going to get hit by those. It is Milia, but I feel bad about that. Okay, so what happens here? So we just got smoked by the air dash forward, and now we're in the corner, and it is Milia time, right? And pick a bad button there, and now she's hitting me in this corner again. And again, she hits me in the corner, and does that tandem top. I guess that doesn't knock you down or anything, or else I'm not holding forward. So another hair car thing to look at there. So I thought that that would knock you down and I could fly to the other side, but instead I'm dealing with this tandem top that is quite real at that point. I'm not sure if it needed to be real, though, so we're going to look, and we push buttons. It doesn't work. We burst out. And I don't know if that was a good burst out. She has so much life left, and we're still kind of in the corner, and life looks bad, and she's got a bunch of meter, and we have literally nothing. I'm going to go with a bad burst there. And we kind of just get clipped, messing up, and the game is not over because she messes up, but then she just bursts. I feel pretty good that I got the burst there. That was probably also a bad burst, so suddenly her bad burst helps me out here. And we jump back and throw a fireball. Yes, we do. And we just miss, and she's in, and what are we doing? That's like the millionth time that I have just crouched. I can't tell. I need to play more and see if that's like, if I'm messing up a 6P attempt and I'm going too far back and so it's becoming a crouch, or if I'm just like dumb. It's one of those two. Alright. And again, that is just her answer to everything. We need our checks to be able to beat that. So now, again, we've kind of lost to the same thing twice, right? It was that air dash right out of pressure, essentially, which is the only thing she has been doing this entire 3-game series, so I'm not sure why I suddenly got smoked here. I guess it's because, again, not in the corner, wasn't looking for it. And it's Milia time. That's obviously real. And again, we kind of get, like, we throw out the move that hits the space in front of us. We get jumped in on again, but this counter hit lets us get out with a hard knockdown, and now we have a prayer, right? Now we've got a chance. Let's see what we do with it. How does she get back in, alright? Where have I seen that before? Alright, so, we figured out what it was. She found out a gimmick that was just working against us in a situation that we kept on putting ourselves in. I just did not have an answer for that. I wasn't being patient. I wasn't even seeing that that's what I was losing to be honest, in the moment. And I'm pretty sure we just lose from here. I'm pretty sure it's just Milia time. Yep, there's the throw we were talking about that she saw that we were having troubles with. Again, we FD, she goes for the throw. She does stuff. I see it this time. I jump. I'm coming down. I gave myself one last chance here. We block that, no problem. And again, she air dashes in. You know that she's got to get to you. We can be a little more patient there when she's going nuts, right? So the jumps, we got to pay attention to that. I'm doing a lot of stuff that loses there, even though we... That was nice. Wow. I didn't even know that worked, to be honest. The counter hit into the close slash. Like, those close slash counter hit confirms. They are coming in clutch here. I gave myself another chance here. Again. I thought this was gonna work and it didn't. I'm so sad. It's just not quite as big as you think it is. It's like not even as big as their as Testament's Far Slash, right? So it's really like I think that it's gonna work, it just doesn't. So you live and learn. I have nothing to say bad about that. I made a choice in the moment. It didn't quite work out because I didn't know the range, but that's fine. And then she messes up her OTG there. It gives us one more shot. Again. And this isn't real, and for some reason, and I try to backdash and it just barely doesn't work, but I need to just push a button there. If she blocks, it stays, but in that situation, I think I can just push a button and like 6p is just the answer there, right? It's going to catch her, because Testament's 6p is so bonkers, it's just going to catch her out of the air from Tandem Top and it goes away. Alright. Well, we've got a couple of answers here. Look for answers to IAD behind when close, because we lost the entire last game to that. So there we go. I thought it was, to be honest, I thought it was like the throws that did me in when I was playing, because I did get thrown a lot in that last game, but no. The loss 100% absolutely came from the 3 times in a row that we tried to do some pressure and she just did IAD behind and we had no answer for it. That was what lost us the game. So, alright, good to know. We've got 2 things that are going to basically be game plan stuff for a while. Honestly, this one's essentially already there. In fact, I think we just replaced this one. Let's do the X. We replace this one with this one. And then pay attention to meter is kind of a overall thing, right? This is kind of just going to be an in general thing. I think this is the next thing we do in the game is, it was kind of, we're back to resource management again, right? Paying attention to our meter, paying attention to our opponent's meter, seeing whether or not they leverage the threat of meter or not, that sort of thing, or if they're just not paying attention to it at all, like we aren't. And I think that this is the next big step, because meter is such a big deal in this game. It lets you do so many cool things, and so this is a big deal. If I were to have to go grade myself right now, let's do that real quick. F. This is going fairly well, all told, right? We're fighting for space a lot when we have Stain. A little aggressive, I think, at times. We can definitely, like, this is our opponent's options, right? Our opponent usually is either going to go in or just sort of lay back. So if they are going to go in, then we can play the you have to approach me game, right? Because their goal is to hit me to get rid of Stain, which means they've got to get in. So we can play on the defensive side here, which is actually an advantage in neutral. Not when you're in pressure, but in neutral. And then the defensive play, slow fireball is good. I think we can also add Arbiter to this, because like when you're blocking Kai fireballs, you can't really beat his fireballs out. Like even if you break some of them with your Scythe Sweep, you usually can't send them far enough, so and his go full screen. But if you block one and he tries to throw another one, Arbiter's Sign is a free knockdown. You just get all the way in for it, so that's really good. Still a problem, but not as bad of a problem, right? Like we did a backdash that didn't quite work at the end, but that was calculated. That wasn't like a stupid backdash. And there were less stupid backdashes, but this is still a problem for sure. I know that I still do this when I shouldn't. This is feeling really good. Counter hit combos are going. We missed a couple of combos. We're still working on it. This doesn't change, but got some counter hit confirms, got some Stain confirms. Feeling really good about these ones. So this is probably like a B right now for me. I feel really good about that. The FD was coming out everywhere. The blocks were happening. I was doing what I wanted to on the directionals. Feels really good. Let's do a little bit of a recap. I do think this is finally a 4. I think that's about it. I think everything else needs too much work. Especially, like, the Crow is really stopping us from doing better than I think we are here. Like, we're getting carried by Testament's great neutral, which is why our neutral is the best out of all of it. We're finally really working on FD. I think that's improved. And then the offense, I was leaving gaps where the Millia was jumping out a lot. I was just losing Crow a lot. I was getting beaten by something and I didn't even realize what it was 3 times in a row. This stays 4. We did not improve enough here for this to change. Alright. Well, this has been fun. I'm going to start working on these additional little things here, and we'll just keep playing and trying to improve. I hope to see you there.